Alan Pizzo, he's still around with the Predator, and Jack Wellman with the Taurus. So any given weekend, you would roll into a place, and, man, these guys were putting war paint on because everybody wanted to take a shot and knock that guy off the top.
Oh, I know. Hey, Army, we have a voice from the past on the line right now, and we're going to go ahead and take this call. Somebody you probably remember very well, and he has called in. He's been on the show. So go ahead, caller. Tell us who we have on the line.
You got Colt Cobra on the line.
from right down the road to you guys out of Colbert Creek, Colorado.
Army.
There it is. Hey, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Army. It's good to hear your voice. I'm glad you're getting back and staying in this sport. You know, you were instrumental in somewhat of my career and a lot of other guys out there. I mean, you're showing your age and my age when you start talking about Anderson and a school bus and his first time. You need to bring up some stuff about TNT. There's a lot of people out there that really don't know your history. And you said something earlier about Pablo. You know, I was crewing. I was with John Breenan on the Stomper when he blew those wheels out there in Colorado Springs. I mean,
were you really?
The history, yeah.
Hey, the Breen brothers, with the Mad Dog.
Yeah,
I forgot about those guys, man. They're players.
We climbed Pike's Peak with Stomper that same weekend, or the weekend before that. And
Can you imagine going up Pike's Peak and seeing that guy coming down Pike's Peak, guys? You stop and talk about swallowing hard or letting your buddy drive the car for the next 150 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, your name is synonymous with the sport in itself. That I mean, you need to talk about. You need to let everybody know about your C-Cab, and I mean, you're a good old Kentucky boy. But I'm glad to hear your voice again. I mean, it's just like it was yesterday that you and I was doing shows together, and I mean, it's a shot in the arm for this whole deal, and it's really a fantastic radio show. And Roller and him have given me the opportunity to speak on here once before, but I'm going to hang up. I just want to call in and say it's just great to hear your voice. Them guys,
hey, listen, thank you.
You can track me down.
Thank you, and thank you for your friendship, man. We look forward to seeing you. Never say goodbye. You always say, I'll see you later, right?
That's exactly right. That's right.
That's right.
See you later, brother.
Hey, take it easy.
All right.
Okay.
It's good to hear from you, man. Thanks a lot. Hey, if you guys would like to talk to Army, Mike, I just want to bend some rules tonight. I want to do a straight half hour. I don't want to go to do any commercials, man. So you can put the monkey on my back if you want or whatever. You can be mad at me. You can write me up. But we got Army Armstrong on the phone, and I'm not going to go to commercials. So we're going to just hang out. But
hey, let me tell you something about Colt Cobra real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ask him about turning in rental cars. If you want to have some of the most hilarious stories in your life, I have done this before. I have walked up to a rental car place where turning them in behind Dennis Anderson, behind Rich Hoosier, and behind Colt Cobra. And I was literally rolling on the ground listening to those guys explain where those dents and tire tracks and everything came on those rental cars. And they could all do it with the straightest face in the world.
Well, you have to. You have to, Army. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Either that or be doing 90 days of busting rocks somewhere in Colorado. Yeah.
We've got a Ustreamer on here that wants to hear some favorite stories from the TNT series.
Well, I remember. Okay, here we go. One time, Dennis, we were running around the bypass and literally going to the Astrodome to do a big show. Anderson was there, and they were kind of playing a little bumper tag or something like that. I think that's what they call it. Anyway, something happened where he made the exit and turned real quick, and when he did, he flipped the car. And we stop, and this car's tumbling down this hill, and steam's rolling out and everything, and we look down, and the window comes down, and Dennis crawls out, and we go, oh, my God, he's okay. And he runs about 10 feet, and then I'll be darned if he didn't turn around and run back to the car, get in the glove box, and run 50 more feet to a telephone, and calls in and reports his rental car stolen. He went back to get the paperwork, man. And I remember they said, sir, we're sorry for any inconvenience of a vehicle outside the Astrodome when the event's over. And he said, well, thank you very much. You all have always taken care of me. Oh, no. Hey, let me tell you something. The one thing I tell young people when they get involved in this, and you guys could do the same thing when you talk to young people, keep notes, record things, because things happen to us when we're doing this stuff that we could not sit around and make up. Think about that in your mind right now. All you guys are out there thinking, yeah, people wouldn't believe this. Well, that's exactly what happens, and these guys can tell. I remember first time Pablo Hoffaker is rolling out of the Charlotte Coliseum in downtown Charlotte. Scott Stevens driving the over-the-road truck. It's an open trailer, and Pablo's underneath the truck changing the transmission going down the highway. You can't make that up. He just strapped himself to one of the bars. He's working. Got to get to the next show.
Guaranteed to do whatever it takes to put on the next show, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I got a Ustreamer on here that wants to know when you were approached by Microsoft for a commentary, what did you think about it for the Monster Truck Madness series?
I consider that a compliment. Of course, anything I can do that's involved with monster trucks, I feel like it's a compliment because I was there when it started. But to be recognized by Microsoft as, at that time, the voice of monster trucks, it was a tremendous boost for me, and to be recognized by your peers that way, it meant a lot to me. I still meet people that play that game. It's really interesting, and people that talk about the game and so on and so forth. But what's really interesting now, and this happened at Phoenix when you and I were working together, I'm down on the floor, and people are walking up, and you can tell, and I bet you've been through this too, you can tell when people recognize you on television.
Yeah.
And people, and they'll walk up with their sons, or, and, of course, I'm kind of like say, Will Rogers, a stranger, just a friend I haven't met, and I enjoy meeting these people and meeting their sons and meeting their dads, and because we get to share something we all love.
Right.
Man, aren't we lucky to be able to do that?
I mean, isn't it fun? And to be able to sit here and tell stories like the stories that we have, it's going to be a great book. When are you going to write one?
Yeah, I tell you what, I bet right now there's a rental car agent somewhere going nuts.
Looking at some...
Who's got this Anderson guy?
Yeah, looking for some old records.
That happened, by the way.
Army, were you at the show that, and you probably were, I think it was either Awesome Kong, it was Steve Kane, I think, that was driving, that rolled over on top of the police cars?
Yeah, I was there, and, now I'll tell you what, it was not Steve or Jeff. There was another young man. He was a red-headed young man doing the driving. And it was at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And another group went back in there this year and put a show on, and the gentleman that had parked that police car there, they used him as the grand marshal. Now, what people don't know about that is there had been a hurricane come through there 6 months earlier, and the police department had just taken delivery of 2 brand-new vehicles. And the chief didn't even know they were out there. These guys brought these 2 vehicles out just to kind of show them off. They had the latest tooth and whistles, and they had enough antennas on it. It looked like a fishing trawler out there, And so they didn't know where to park the vehicles, so somebody said, well, let's park them down there. And if you've seen the video, you know exactly what happened to them. So that's another one of those stories, see? Yeah. Well, and here's the big question. If you ever see that again, ask yourself, whatever happened to the big sign that he hit? Nobody knows what happened to that sign.
Yeah, it was a Union 76 sign, wasn't it?
Bingo, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And nobody ever knows what happened to it. I'm sure nobody took it home. But then again, monster truck fans, they may have just taken it home, now that I think about it.
You never know. You never know. Hey, Army, there is a Ustreamer on here. He's one of our lugnuts. He has a question for you, and it says, do you still keep in contact with Scott Douglas, and would you ever consider calling Monster Jam on TV if you were asked?
Yeah, I definitely would. Scott's from my hometown of Motorsports, Kentucky. As a matter of fact, so is Joe Lowe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and, the live announcer, who I think is one of the best live announcers out there. Yeah, Scott Douglas and I stay in touch with each other. We've done some videos before. He is really hooked up with New Wave, a very progressive company out of the Chicago area, and they're doing great things together. But, yeah, I would definitely enjoy doing it because we've talked a lot of the same tracks, done a lot of the same things together. But I just think it's really kind of neat because Adam Alexander, who does the NASCAR for the Speed Channel now, he's from our hometown. There's been quite a few racers and announcers come out of the small town of Owensboro, Kentucky. But yeah, Scott lives up in Louisville now. But I would definitely. I enjoy listening to the guy because he's still excited about it. And